What's up, guys? Today is March 31st, 2026. It is Tuesday, and today I'm going to be going over my trade recap. The two trades I did take today, I took a loss and a win, and let's kind of go ahead and get into it. On Friday, I don't remember which day it was. I got so sick, like the worst I've gotten sick in probably over 10 years. So it was rough. Yesterday was also pretty rough. I did not take any trades yesterday, except on my top step, which I'll go over with you guys. But yeah, so this is my P&L. I did so this one right here. This was my leader account, my take profit trader account, and my short that I took, none of my other accounts connected to it. So I only took the loss on this one, which I was like, all right, well, cool. Same with this one. So my this one's kind of sucked. So my first long, right? I only took one long, and these two connected, and this one did as well. So I made my money back and some, of course, as you guys can see. But on the funded next account, it didn't connect. So I entered late on that account. Unfortunately, I was just super convicted of that draw on liquidity. So I was okay with re-entering with my funded next account, and I was able to make some capital. But that's why the two are so different. So I did 640, and then that's why it says two. So 640 plus 640 is 1280. So yeah, pretty good day on my end. Then I'll show you guys my top set P&L as well. It's on my phone. Come on, gosh dang it. All right, whatever. Well, I did $2,000. It's on my Instagram. So it was a 4K day today. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Going to the day overall, I was bullish. Why? We had these two draws on liquidity that were just literally hanging. So, and what did we do yesterday? We completely dumped off. So, in these scenarios, once we see, one for one, we're disrespecting bearish structure. That massive move down that we had, we're just disrespecting it, right? So, we're inversing higher time frame gaps. We have pretty clear three draws on liquidity up above. It literally doesn't get much easier than that. So, there's two scenarios I like to kind of play out here. So, first, we had this hourly that we were previously respecting. This was a little bit, not necessarily an idea in my head, but I definitely did put this into play. And as well as we also had this hourly down below that's unfilled, which I potentially would have liked to see us, manipulate into before we went higher. So in turn, maybe something like this. Here, I'll go ahead and play this out. Why is this all the way over here? What the heck? So yeah, something like this off of open where, we can manipulate down into this gap. This would be really, really good. I like that a lot. And then, we can get some bullish confirmation out of that, and then we could start targeting our data highs and our New York AM highs. That's kind of like what I was looking for, But again, there also was the opportunity we just ripped off of open. But yeah, we also have these relative equal lows down below, so that was just a little bit of a draw. But overall, I'm just bullish. We have our data high up above and our New York AM high, so really clear draws in liquidity. But nothing less. Let's go ahead and get into this. So off of open, let me get to open. So we kind of manipulated higher straight into our pre-market high, as well as our internal high that we had inside of that hourly fair value gap. And I can go back and show you guys. So inside of this hourly fair value gap, what do we have? We had this internal high. So we swept this high. And we also created an SMT. ES failed to do so. So yeah, I can actually. So actually, I'll just get to this. So ES failed to do so. So we had a bearish SMT. So overall, I really like that. And I think that was a good idea for me. And I've seen these trades play out multiple times before. I wouldn't say a lot, but I am convicted of these trades sometimes, and I've faded so many that have played out. So, I'm willing to take this risk. It's kind of a swing. It gets a little bit risky, but I was willing to take this risk. So my first trade, as soon as we swept this high and we created that bearish SMT, delivering off of that, and we inverse this 1 minute down to the downside, I was convicted of this. I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I like this trade. I like the way we're delivering. We have those relative equal lows down below. I don't even want that low. I'm going for a literal 1 to 1.5 right here. So, that's pretty much all I was wanting. And I was going to go, as you guys can see, this is a pretty quick break even here. I didn't really want much of this. Again, that's why it's risky. I go break even kind of fast on these trades. But again, as you guys can see, wasn't able to quite get to break even and stop me out pretty fast. So as soon as this happened, I was down on my account again. That one, all my accounts didn't connect except my Take Profit Trader, which is my main account, or my leader account that I trade on. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue to play this, and I'll show you guys where I took my second trade, and then I'll show you guys my Asia trade as well. So it's gonna be a little bit longer video, but it's cool things I'm gonna go over this video. So now in this instance, okay, so now you guys see this, we have this inverse fair value gap. So clearly we're trending higher, right? So we're respecting this 1 minute. And again, these aren't the kind of trades I like to see, but our draws and liquidity are pretty obvious up above. At this point, I'm kind of just looking for confirmation. What do we get? We got this 30-second inverse fair value gap right here. I really like the displacement of this. I like how we are delivering. This is overall just a really, really good trade, in my opinion. Clear draws on liquidity up above. Inverse fair value gap to the upside, respecting this 1 minute. So pretty much we're just delivering. We're delivering off of this 1 minute, and yeah, it literally doesn't get much better than that, to be honest with you. You know, this is kind of, I wouldn't say this is my favorite conditions to trade in. It's definitely not my least favorite, but you know, I would have liked to seen more of like a deeper retrace into some gaps and all that stuff. I mean, like if you were to go to the higher time frames, right? Like we're still not really getting any much retracement to, you know, give us more saying, oh, we're delivering off of this or anything like that. So again, as you guys can see, there's just not much overall, which is okay. Just not really in my favor. I would have rather like to see a more deeper retrace. Maybe even we come into this 15-minute internal draw inside of this 15-minute bullish fair value gap and sweep that. That's perfectly cool with me too. Just not much of a retracement. We kind of just trended higher today, but perfectly fine. So yeah, I took longs as soon as we inversed this 30-second back to the upside, and my model pretty much indicated this to me. Really, really good trade. I like this. Break even was pretty tight again. Oh, I'll play this out a little faster for you guys. So then we created this SMT. So ES came and took out this. I actually trail a little bit up to this low right here, you know, just to, if we wanted to reverse off this level, but again, we didn't want to. And I had sized down today just because with market conditions, the way we've been moving, I'm being a little bit more cautious. So I did size down, and you know, I was able to make some good profits, but again, pretty good trade on my end. Really, really like the displacement of this. And overall, yeah, good day on the day. This is what put me up pretty big on the day. And then my top steps were not connected to this. My top steps not connected to this. I haven't done it yet. So that was a whole separate account, separate trade and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that with you guys. But as far as this, W day, 1 loss, 1 win, and we'll take it. All right, cool. So this is where I took my Asia trade last night. This one was a little bit interesting. I'll go ahead and show you guys. So here you go. So we have this weekly fair value gap, which is pretty crazy, that, you know, we're delivering off of. I really like this. Again, like this isn't like a, oh, no brainer to me, right? This is more of like, okay, I could probably see us, you know, start delivering, maybe get some move back higher. We swept this low and we're getting bullish reaction out of it. I don't trade Asia. Like literally, I do not trade Asia. And again, this is my first trade in Asia in probably 2 months. But again, I literally got on this because I was doing a cool activity with my students and I saw this setup and I was like, okay, if this, you know, sets up and alerts me, I'm definitely taking this. So again, we inversed this 5 minute and we actually have two back to back. So these 2 5-minute fair value gaps got inversed, and of course this was my like initial draw where I would have gone break even. I was like, okay, I was okay with this. So literally I entered right off of this and I actually trailed. So in this instance, this is actually my trade. I'm not gonna lie, off the top of my head, with Asia and the way it moves, I was trailing my stop. This isn't something like I didn't have, like my initial target honestly was up super high, way higher. It was these draws, but again, once I saw this super good, you know, move higher and we were delivering, I started trailing my stop. So I think I got stopped out somewhere in this range. Again, pretty good trade. I like the way Asia's been delivering and the way Asia's been moving. Like I honestly might start considering it. AM session hasn't been great, as a lot of you guys know, but yeah, and I took this on minis on my top steps. I did not take this on micros. So yeah, I was able to capitalize, make some really good capital, and yeah, put me up really big on those accounts. And they're not connected to my it's not on my Tradecopia, which is what I use for my trade syncer or my account syncer. I literally opened that account on Friday because I was bored, and I passed it yesterday, and then I passed this literally driving back home from the gym, that account, and I came home, was getting ready for my call, and then I saw this, and that's when I took this. And so I'm up 2,000 on that account, and the overall 4K day. So good day overall. That's my trade recap on the day. 2 trades on the day. Last night I did take a trade in Asia, and if you guys have any questions, you guys ask in the comment section, and like and subscribe. And I will catch you guys tomorrow on our next video. We'll see how tomorrow plays out, but I'll catch you guys on the next one.